Hi, my name is Joseph Lumpkin. I am the CEO and one of the writers for Fifth Estate Publishing. And I'm here to talk to you about angels, demons, the fallen ones, and the literature that we have. Very basically, with the exception of the esoteric texts such as the Keys of Solomon and things to that nature, what we know about the angels, the demons, the fallen ones, the Nephilim, the Watchers, all come from about 6 books. We have 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Enoch. We have the book of Jasher. We have the book of Jubilees, and we have certain little smaller books such as the book of the Giants. Most of these were found in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That is the first book of Enoch, Jubilees. They were all found in Dead Sea Scrolls. However, 2nd and 3rd books were not. They are sequels to the first book. Now, Fifth Estate has a calling. We want to supply ancient knowledge to modern man. We want to do it in such a way that we are not pedantic, we're not professorial, we don't carry on, we don't use big words and big phrases and cloud the issue with our terminology. We want to present it to you so that you can read it and understand it without a background or a doctorate in some discipline or another that you don't have time to get. Our philosophy is that when you buy a book, you are hiring us to do your research and present it to you in a way that's understandable and clear so that you don't have to research the research. And there are a lot of books out there right now with a lot of authors that spend their time trying to make you feel like they're more intelligent and more well-read than you, and it's just not necessary. So what we have done in this last book is we have condensed everything that we could find from the books of Jasher, Jubilee, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Enoch, and the book of the Giants into our latest book. This gives you the entire text of 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Enoch because we think that that is so important. And it sets out for us to relate to you the information in Enoch, such as the Enochian calendar. One of the things about the Enochian calendar is that it is the only calendar that actually seems to make sense of the prophecies of Daniel. If you remember, Daniel's prophecy has been trying to make sense of it for millennia. And it's always off in one direction or another according to what calendar you use. But the calendar of Enoch is a calendar of weeks that fits in with Daniel's prophecy of 70 weeks. So this is our latest book, the Books of Enoch, the Angels, the Watchers, and the Nephilim. In this book, we condense, at the last part of this book, we condense everything that we have found in the books of Jasher and Jubilee and the Scrolls of the Giants, the Book of the Giants, into, as well as Enoch, into 150 pages of dense material about angels. It is a narrative, and the narrative is a non-stop story from creation and the fall all the way through to actually Revelation and the end as far as the angels are concerned. Now, we have also the lost books of the Bible, the Great Rejected Text. That's this book. It has in it the first book of Enoch and also Jasher and Jubilees. It is a very large book, and we don't know if you have time to read the entire thing. That's why we have condensed everything into the material that we have. This is our favorite, my favorite. It is the Encyclopedia of Lost and Rejected Scriptures. Now, if you're interested in a reference book, this is it. It has dozens and dozens and dozens of apocryphal and lost books. It's 800 pages at 8.5 by 11 format. It's an amazingly big tome. As a matter of fact, when I drop it, the camera will probably shake, so I'm just going to place it down here. We know that you don't have time to do all of this, but if you're interested in fallen angels, demons, the Watchers, and the Nephilim, we recommend that you get this book. Now, here's some basic highlights of the book. If you remember, the story of Gilgamesh, we believe was written around 3000 BC. It's one of the oldest written texts that we've got. And what does that have to do with anything? Because in the middle of the Dead Sea Scrolls, in this little broken down text called the Book of the Giants, they have a list of the giants that came down and basically were the captains of the 200 fallen angels that came down to earth first. And in the middle of all of this text is the name Gilgamesh. Now you can believe one of two things. You can believe that that same God King is this fallen angel named out in this book, or you can believe that there's a cross-pollination of myth going on here. But whatever you believe, it is phenomenal, it is fantastic that in the middle of the Dead Sea Scrolls is this broken down text that's in pieces, and one of the fallen angels calls out the name of a God King. Amazing. Now, in the book of Jasher, in the book of Jubilees, we have information about fallen angels that has not been brought into one text before. It even gives a description of the angels in one of these texts. It tells us that when they came into corporeal form, they made certain enhancements. That their members, their male members, because remember that when they came down, there were no female fallen angels. The male members were the size of horses, they said. And they took women as they willed. And when they mated, they produced these half corporeal, half ethereal beasts that have become known as the Nephilim, or the fallen ones. And they're the ones that went out, and when you kill them, the books say that they didn't die. The body died, but the spirit did not, because they were half spiritual beings. And so those demonic, mad, insane spirits went forth to cause havoc. In the Bible, or the books say that they were not seen, they did not hunger, they never ate, and they roamed the earth, and they could not die. So that could be where we get demons that we know of today. Not necessarily the fallen angels, although that's another story, but the children of them. Now, in another book, Satan is called Mastema, and Mastema asked God if he could keep a tenth of the fallen ones to help him tempt man. But this text says that they didn't have the ability to make men sin, but only to lead him into temptation. And so he is the tempter and the deceiver, but he does not have power, according to that text, to cause these miraculous things. The devil didn't make you do it, he just tempted you to do it. The book also says that they taught men different things. They taught us war, they taught us metalworking, they taught us how to use potions. And the first thing that we did with the potions is to figure out how to make our women infertile. So we mixed up a potion that was a contraceptive of the time, and it said that when you drank it, when the women drank it, they became unable to conceive. And that way the men kept their women from having a maternal or matronly figure, and they kept them youthful looking. And when they did get pregnant and they didn't like the figure, then they went and lived with their girlfriends. Interesting. All of these things that the angels taught us, and they name it out by name. Which angel taught what we did with what was taught to us, and how we twisted it against even what the angels wanted us to do. And all of this is boiled down into this small book. So I think my time's about up, and I'll just tell you, the Books of Enoch, the angels, the watchers, and the Nephilim, brand new, published 2 weeks ago. You can get it from our website at www.fifthestatepub.com, or you can go on Amazon and under advanced search type in Fifth Estate, F-I-F-T-H-E-S-T-A-T-E, and it will reference all of our books. My name is Joseph Lumpkin. I'm the CEO of Fifth Estate, and we hope that you enjoy our new publications. Thank you for your time.